So let's talk about some of these bags that we tried out.
So we got a bunch of different ones, and we got some groceries to demonstrate their usefulness. This bag comes like this, so it actually has a pretty low profile. Not good for a purse, but for a trunk, it's totally reasonable.
In your car,
Yeah, you could fit a lot in here.
Now, I used this at a Costco, and I really liked it because of the handles on the side, and it's not as big as those giant boxes they give you when you buy your groceries at Costco. When I did try to use this walking to the store, I found the handles too long. I'm not particularly tall, so the crate-style bag kind of dragged on the ground.
I thought it was pretty good. It got really heavy though, so I had to basically take the cart right up to the trunk and put it directly into the trunk.
When I got my groceries at Costco, it was heavy too because it was, big bottles of olive oil and stuff like that was heavy.
Yeah.
So.
I liked this one more than you, I think. I think there's 10 bags in this pod, which also has like a carabiner so you could attach it to something. And then you just pull out the ones you need.
What I liked about the concept was this. I'm one of those grocery shoppers that I always underestimate the number of bags that I'm going to need.
Yeah.
And this doesn't take up a whole lot of space. You can put it in your grocery cart, fold the kid's seat down, and put it there. And then when you get to the checkout line, if you find you need an extra bag, you've got plenty here. And for people who have been used to using plastic grocery bags, these are basically the same size as those grocery bags. And unlike those plastic grocery bags, these are really durable. I did a stock up sale of like almond milk, and they put 6 cartons of almond milk in here, and if you put those into a plastic bag, that bag would have ripped. Can we talk about this monstrosity?
Yeah, we can talk about that one. I think we should demonstrate that.
When you first brought this out, I thought, oh, it's a very old world. It looks like something that, chic European shoppers would take to the market and would load up with fancy cheeses and stuff, and it
maybe
does,
just a pepper.
Like produce looks beautiful in it, and I can imagine, going to the farmer's market with this. But the thing that I found was not very useful was it has this low slope, so what seems like a bag that should really hold a lot doesn't really hold that much.
And also, like, you're talking about how this was too long for you. This is the same drag on the ground problem. If you fill this up, it is like dragging. It goes even further down. And if you put this in the car, if you put this in your trunk, this happens. So the second you move, it's like, blah, 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 okay, you lost your orange. Also, sorry, I have a lot of problems with this bag. You want to be able to put it over your shoulder or something? You cannot do that. Really, I am almost offended by these bags.
Okay, so the problem that this bag has, as you say, is it won't go over your shoulder. That's what I loved about these bags.
Yeah, those ones are good.
These are all the same style of bag. They just have really cool designs on them. Penguins, elephants, turtles. But what I liked about it was that this big handle here can go over your shoulder really well. So I loved how much this held and the fact that it was easy to carry. And the favorite feature of it is that it all folds into a little pouch.
One of the issues that we have with bags, especially like remembering to bring bags and having them in the car, is that they're just everywhere. And I think this and this have that benefit of organizing it a little bit so you don't feel like a total chaotic mess going to the store looking for your bags.
So when the bag law went into effect, it's still legal to have plastic produce bags, but we thought while we're in Save the Earth mode, it would be fun to try some of these reusable produce bags. We tried out these mesh bags, and then these are made out of a linen material.
Yeah, those ones say they're cotton.
I was surprised that I liked these as much as I did.
Yeah.
I find it because they do have like closing devices, they have some weight. So I did not like using them for produce items. that they charge you by the pound. While they do have the weights printed on them, I kind of got the stink eye from the checkers when I said, could you deduct the weight of the bag on it? But if you're buying things like heads of lettuce or bell peppers, things that are sold not by the pound but by the item, I found these were really good, and I love that they go through the washing machine so easily and they dry very quickly. The only thing that is kind of weird about this one is you can't necessarily see through it.
One problem that I have with plastic bags is you put some things in there, like cilantro especially is one thing I think of, or anything that is a little bit like lettuce, and it gets slimy. Actually with this, I was surprised yesterday. I bought a head of lettuce and I put it in one of these bags, and overnight, again, the bag stayed pretty dry, and the lettuce itself was also like not too wet and slimy.
Bottom line for me, I think for sure, I love the mesh style reusable produce bags. I like these, but I prefer the mesh. And then my pick of all of these reusable bags, because they're so durable and they're perfect for me, a shopper who goes to the grocery store on foot, are these style bags with the cute designs and the long handles.
Yeah, I thought these bags were really great all-around grocery bags. I actually loved this one. These little bags I've been using constantly for like lunch and just anything. I think for produce, I would go with the mesh bags too.
And then for the warehouse store,
I'm not getting rid of it.
That's a great bag.
Yeah, I think we'll use this a lot. The surprising thing for me was that I like all these bags better than the single-use option.
Just not this.
Just not that.